Hey everybody, and happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, January 12th, and today is kind of our first full week back to remote learning from winter break, and I am teaching grammar today. So Tuesday, January 12th, this is the grammar video if you are watching today, and the papers that you have look like this. It says Tuesday, January 12th up here at the top, has some really cute snowflakes, and then on the back has this snow day picture. We saw this last week, but today is the day in grammar that we are going to do this page, okay? So if you are looking to have your workout, that is what it looks like. So with this new week, we talked about verbs right before winter break. Do you remember what a verb is? What's a verb? Is this a verb? Yeah, that is called clapping, right? Is this a verb? That's dancing, right? What is a verb? I just gave you two examples. What is a verb? That's right. A verb is something that we do. It's an action that we do. That's what we're focusing on right now is action verbs. Verbs are things that we do. What is your own example of a verb? Can you do it right now? Maybe you can give a thumbs up. Maybe you could clap. Maybe you can show me a dance move. Give me your own example of a verb. Maybe you're even jumping right now. Today, we're taking a look at those verbs, things that we do, but today we're going to talk about the tense of it. Oh man, what is a tense? A tense is what way we're saying it. And today, we're going to talk about what we call present tense. Okay, not the kind of present that like you're going to unwrap. A present means happening right now. Okay, I'm going to show you that word. Present. It's spelled the same way. Spelled the same way as present, but this present means happening right now, like present day, like today. So we don't say verbs like I jumped, because that is something that has already happened. Whenever I'm saying something I'm doing right now, usually I'm going to say, so I said jumped would be in the past. So if you are doing it right now, I am, if I was jumping right now, oh, I even said it. Jumping. Jumping. Jumping, that means I am doing it right now. Okay, so ing, see how I underlined it right here? Boop. Ing is one of the endings we can put on a verb to show that we're doing it right now. Jumping, okay? So that is jumping. What's another verb? I was showing a dance, right? That's a verb. How would it be if I was doing it right now? Dance. Let's put that ending on it. Ing, dancing. Dancing. That is dancing that I'm doing right now. You would say like she danced. That means it's already happened. We're talking about right now. I am dancing. That means I am doing it right now. Now, there's also another way to say it's something that we're doing right now. So we can also put an S on the end of a word. So for example, so let's say I am, let's talk about writing, okay? So if I'm doing it right now, I could say that I am writing, right? I am writing. I put an ing on the end of it. But I can also say like she writes. I can just put an S on the end of it and it's showing that I'm doing it right now. Writes. Writes. Now this doesn't work for every word, but it is another ending that can use to show a verb that's happening right now. Okay? And most of the time, you don't say like I writes. You would say I'm writing. But if you're talking about other people, you sometimes can use an S on the end to say, oh, she writes. Yep, she's doing it right now. She is writing. You can use it either way. Okay, ing is the most popular, but you'll see on our winter page, this one, that this one does have S's on the end to show what those others are doing. Okay, so let's think of a couple more verbs that are present tense. You choose if you want them to be ing or have an S on the end. How about this? Smiling, I am smiling. Has that ing on the end of it. Smiling, to show you it's right now. Or I could say, oh, she smiles when I'm talking about others, okay? She smiles. She's still doing it right now, but we put the S on. What's another one? How about playing? Playing, that's happening right now. We don't say we played. That already happened. Playing, that means I am doing it right now. Okay, maybe you're listening. Okay, he listens. That would be a present tense with an S on it if I was talking about somebody else. So those are some examples of some present tense verbs. And here's that word tense. Tense. That means what way are we using verbs? What way are we saying them? We're saying them in the present tense, which means what's happening right now. Alrighty, I want you to go ahead and get out your snowflake paper that looks like this, because this is cool. This is called a winter verbs brainstorm. Now notice how it says winter on it. So it's trying to get us to think about things that we do in the winter time and to brainstorm some of those verbs that are present verbs. And we're going to brainstorm some together, and then I'm going to let you brainstorm some. You can brainstorm some with your parents, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa, your kitty cat, your puppy dog, whoever you want to brainstorm some of your own. We're going to leave a couple left for you. So I'm going to write these on the board, but I want you to write these examples that we're thinking of on the snowflakes. See how they put snowing? See how they put snowing? Because that would mean it would be happening right now if it was snowing. So we're going to think of other things that can happen or that we can do, okay? So I know that you can't do snowing, but snowing is something that happens, right? It's something that's happening, so that's why they chose snowing. All right, so I'm going to write these examples on the board. You please write them on these snowflakes together. All right, so we are going to fill up these 2 rows. So we're going to come up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 examples together. Okay, because snowing is already there for us. So we're going to come up with 7 examples. So remember, Mrs. Durham is writing this down on the board. You're writing it on your snowflakes. How about the first one? What is a winter verb? We already did snowing. What's something you can do after it gets done snowing? Could you go sledding? That would be awesome. Let's do it. Sled. There's 2 D's in there. Don't let that trick you. Sled. Ing. Look, and I have that ing because that means we are doing it right now. We are sledding. That is something you would do, and that's how we would say that we were doing it right now, sledding. Okay, what's another winter thing that you might do? What would you do with snow? I'm singing a Frozen song in my head. Do you want a snowman? What could you do with the snow? You could build a snowman, right? Yeah, and if you're doing it right now, that means you are building a snowman. Build. There's the word build. And then ing. Building. Yeah, you could build a snowman. I would love to build a snowman. It sounds like so much fun. So our second one on your snowflake is building. That's something you can do in the winter. Building snowmen. You could build a snow fort, probably. Or you could build like other things, not a snowman, but like you could build like a polar bear out of snow. All right, what's another thing that we can do in the wintertime? Oh, okay, that's a good idea. Something similar to sledding, but it's called skiing. Skiing. It has two I's in the middle. I. That is very rare. There is not very many words that have two I's in the middle. Skiing, because it's the word ski, and then ing goes at the end because you are doing it right now because it is a present tense. How about another thing? What could you do when you come inside? It's cold outside. What's something you could do when you come inside? Ooh, could you be baking some cookies maybe? And you make the house all warm and toasty after you've been playing outside all day? Could we be baking? B-A-K-ing. We could be baking some cookies. That's something we could do in the winter. All right, we're going to come up with 3 more ideas. Something after I bake cookies, I like to do this on the couch and watch a movie with a blanket and just snuggle up. So what's the present tense version of that? The present tense the present tense version of snuggle. I guess I can't get that word snuggle out today, huh? Snuggling, that would be when you're doing it right now. If I was snuggling up with my blanket, that means I'm doing it right now. I haven't snuggled up. I am snuggling. G. Oh, I don't say that G 2 times, but there are 2 G's in the word snuggle. Wait, did I write that correctly? What do I need to put instead of snuggle? I could say we snuggle, but how do I say it with the ing? We're going to actually take out the E and add ing. That's kind of a trick. If a word has an E on the end of it and you're going to put ing, take out the E, add ing. Snuggling. Man, snuggle just was a tricky word for me today. Not only did I say it wrong, and then I wrote it wrong. Good thing you guys are here to help me out and fix my mistakes, because guess what? I mess up all the time too, and that's why it's okay to make mistakes, because you learn and you will remember how you fixed them. All right, 2 more to do together. Number 6 and number 7. What's your ideas? What are things we do in the winter? How about watching? Like when it starts to snow and we're watching it snow? How about that? W-A-T-C-H-I-N-G. Look at that. Watch. I noticed I sounded out that T, but when I look back at it, I noticed that there was a TCH, which I know makes the ch sound. So I did wa-ch-ing, watching. So write down watching when you are watching the snow. All right, and how about the last thing? This can be inside or outside. Maybe you'll play outside in the snow. Maybe you'll play inside with your toys. What would be the present tense of play? How about playing? Playing. Playing. That can be done inside or outside. Playing. And that is what we're doing. That is a present tense, something you're doing right now. Alrighty, these are our 7 examples that we did together. If you can think of some more, that whatever your choice is. My goal for you is to try to fill up these next 2 rows, so to think of 8 more ideas. But if it is kind of tricky, at least see if you can get this row filled and get 4 more, okay? So go ahead and try to pause me now and see if you can think of more winter brainstorm ideas, okay? And then when you come back, we're going to work on this side together. All right, did you think of some other ideas? Way to go. Now, before we start the other side, I thought about something that I did want to share with you guys really quick. Something about present tense verbs. Now, I know that this is the first day of it, so we'll talk more about this on Thursday. But when we talk about using an S on the end of a verb, because we can use S's too, okay? It is when it is talking about one thing. So if we say like a group of kids go to the park, okay, they go to the park. We don't say the kids goes to the park. When it is more than one, it does not have an S. But if it is just one thing that the verb is talking about, then we put an S on it, okay? So like we just said, the kids go to the park. We just say go. We don't say goes because it's talking about a whole group of kids. There are more than one kid, right? That's what we call plural. When this is plural, what it's talking about, then we do not put an S. But if I say like Sam eats pickles, I am talking about one person. When I talk about a singular noun, so I'm talking about Sam, it's not a lot of Sams, it's just one Sam. That is when I put an S on the end of my verb that I'm talking about right now. So that's just something I want to introduce to you today. Okay, we'll talk about it more on Thursday. But the kids go to the park. That has more than one kids, so we use just go. Sam, only one person. Sam eats. We put an S on the end. Sam eats pickles because we're talking just about one person. So I wanted to make sure to share that with you because it's kind of a big part of our week. So not only the ing and being able to do things now, but this S, we're going to talk more about when to use the S and when not to use the S. And because I want to show you, because actually our paper here with our snow day does talk about this a little bit. We're going to just label, but we're talking about what other kids are doing, right? But it's only one kid who is doing each thing. So that's why these all have S's on the end, because it's one child who's doing something. So let's see what we're talking about, okay? So we're going to label these to what they're doing. We have builds, drinks, plows, which means like move, you know, like moving dirt or moving snow, feeds, scrapes, moves. Okay, so let's start with this little guy here. He is doing what with the snowman? What's he doing? He builds a snowman, right? And it's just this little boy, just himself. So it's just one. So that's why builds has an S on the end of it, because we're talking about just one boy, okay? So builds, there's a line right next to this little boy where we're going to write builds. We're going to write builds. Let's see if I can write that in a little bit darker of a marker so that way you can see. Is that better? Kind of. I have a brown marker. We'll try that on the next one, okay? But he builds a snowman. He hasn't built a snowman. He builds one. He's doing it right now. How about this little girl with the bird? What is she doing? She feeds him. Yep, and it's just her. She feeds. She feeds him. I'm going to cross it out. F-E-E-D-S. That says eat. Feeds. That sound in the middle says E. Okay, how about this one right here? It looks like she has a cup of hot cocoa. Yeah, she's going to Drink. Drinks hot cocoa. Drinks. And we put an S on it because she's doing it right now. Drinks. Okay. Now these three I'm going to have you guys write, but let's talk about them, okay? This is when you have like ice on your windshield. Sometimes when an adult in your family has to like do this to get it off. Plows, scrapes, or moves. Scrapes. Yep, scrapes. How about this little girl? It looks like she is doing what with her arms? What do we call it when we're making them go back and forth and kind of dancing? She plows or she moves?